So I've been playing Paralives in early access on this channel all week, and I have yet to try out the build mode. But apparently the build mode is one of the best parts of this game. It looks super promising with endless customization options, including resizing basically everything, off-the-grid wall placements, and color wheels. And as someone whose entire channel is basically revolving around building and decorating cozy games, I cannot wait to dive into the Paralives build mode. And I just want to say a quick thank you to Paralives for sending me a super early access code so I can check it out early with you guys. So I already have this household I've been playing with. We have the para I made on my channel yesterday, Bella Moth, aka the indie Bella Goth, and we have Kareem. And they currently live in this building here. It was the cheapest pre-made build I could find, and now we need to move them out. So to do that, it's super easy. You just zoom out to see the map view, click on the house, and I'm gonna choose to sell this lot for 25,000 paradigm. And that means we're gonna have a budget of just over 33,000 paradigm to build our house. So I was looking around for a lot to build on, and I found this one here. It's kind of tucked away, but it's backing onto the beach. I'm gonna buy this one. This is gonna be where we build. Okay, so now we can enter the build mode, and to do that, we click on the house button down here on the left. And the build mode is actually laid out quite nicely. We have all of our options over here to the left. So we've got the build tab. That's where we're gonna find things like walls, paint, windows, doors, all of like the architectural elements. We have our rooms tab, and this is where we can go room by room and open up all of the furniture that you might find in said room. Just kind of an easier way to lay things out. Then we have a furnishings category. We've got our landscape tab, self-explanatory, and we have our search bar. Up top is pretty standard. We've got the hammer, we have an eyedropper tool, bulldoze. You can toggle up and down floors over here, and you can put the walls up and down. All right, so let's start by placing some walls. I've got my wall tool. I'm gonna do this with the grid on it first. And drawing the walls is super easy. You just click, drag, and then click again to end it. One thing that amazed me right off the bat with the walls in Paralives is once you place them, you can choose to turn on and off the grid. So if you keep the grid on, you can place them following the grid angles, or you can toggle the grid off, and then you can place the walls at whatever angles you want to place them. I really like that there are no limits with this. There's also the curved wall feature. So when you draw your wall, you can actually curve it out, and you can get really curvy with it. Like you can curl it all the way around, pretty much back in on itself. I don't know why you would want to do that, but like, I just know people are going to get so creative with this game. Like, look at this. At the moment, you can't place windows or doors on those, but like the fact that you can even curve it around like this is already crazy. So I'm starting by just making a rectangle. This is going to be part of the bottom floor. And when you finish off a room like this, then it will add the ceiling, and we also have the flooring in there. Once you've made a room, it's really easy to adjust it. You can either click on your edges and adjust the walls like this. Doing that, you can also raise up and down the wall height, so you can adjust to whatever height you want, or you can click in the center of the room and use this arrow, and that will actually adjust the flooring height, so you can make platforms super easily. Then if I wanted to duplicate this room, I could just page up and we click on the room again, and there is a duplicate floor option. So you just click that, and now we have the same room up top. Another interesting thing you can do is increase or decrease the wall thickness. I think this would be really cool, especially for a bottom floor. If I wanted to make this really thick and then add a front door in there, for example, then I would have almost a tiny entryway around it. So let's expand on the shell a little bit. I'm gonna bring it out. We'll have another room right here. The front door part can come out like this. We'll expand on the second floor coming out this way. And okay, so far this is my shell. I'm hoping I didn't go too complicated with it right off the bat, because now we're gonna have to roof it. So we've got all of these different roofing options to choose from. I'm just gonna pick this gabled roof for now, just to keep it simple. I'm gonna place that up top, and once your roofing is placed, you can adjust it easily with these arrows. It is clipping, like it knows where to stop for the room there, but it's not attached to a grid of any kind. It will snap to like help you, but if I wanted to place it it any which angle I wanted, I could. So we're just gonna cover this top rectangle part. If I wanted, I could also use this arrow to completely spin it all the way around. So that would be really good if you're going off and building your own diagonal or angled walls. After I've placed the roofing, if I want to change the swatch or anything, I can click on it and find the swatch menu down here. You can also do that right there in the menu. But I do like the fact that if you click on pretty much anything, you open up the swatch panel. You don't have to go looking for it. It's super easy to just go ahead and change your swatches. From there, we can also duplicate the items. So if I want to do the same roofing and angle and everything, I can do that. So we're gonna cover up this part of the roof. Whoa, okay, I just placed another roofing piece. And then down here, I pressed the toggle advanced transform tool. And that brought up this thing, which gives you even more freedom. Like I can pretty much rotate it all around whichever way I want it to go. Up and down, sideways if for some reason I wanted that. This reminds me of the Sims 4 tool mod. That's way too advanced for me right now. We're not doing that. We're just gonna grab like a regular roof. Wow, that blew my mind a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And let's say we wanted to make a custom swatch. That's gonna open up the color wheel. From here, I can change a bunch of different things. I could change the roofing color. I can change the ridge, which is like that top part. You can change the color of the siding, and you can change your rake, which is like the roof trim. I can also open up this menu here to find different types of patterns. So if I wanted to do a rock trim or a brick trim. Okay, we've said a lot of positive things so far. I do have one negative. I'm pretty sure your roofing will go through the walls. So you really have to make sure that you're cutting it off where the wall ends, as it looks like the rooms don't quite recognize that the roofing shouldn't be there yet. So you're really just gonna want to make sure your roofing is tucked in all the time. I was noticing there wasn't a way to curve my roof, but they have them here. So you can just place them and then you've got your curved roof like that. The roofing also connects very well together. Like if I wanted to make my own dormer, I can just place it really easily. Like they're just going right in there. I know I'm spending a lot of time on roofing, okay? But I feel like roofing in building games like this is like make or break, you know what I mean? And this is pretty impressive so far. Okay, so far this is my roofing. I am realizing I shouldn't have picked the lot with the telephone line right in front of it, but I do have some spaces back here where I want to make some balconies. So we have fencing options, of course. I have the option to replace other walls with fences with this little button down here. And just like the walls, you can toggle on and off the grid. So again, I can place these at any angle that I want. Let's do another balcony right here. We're backing onto the beach. I feel like we should have a few different balcony options. Adding the fencing automatically recognizes it as a room. So up top, you've got your ceiling, but we can easily just click on that and delete it. Okay, I'm gonna show you the windows in a second, which are really cool, but first let's find some wallpaper. We have a few different options here, and at first it doesn't look like much. There's 6 different categories, like you've got your paneling, your brick, wallpaper, but keep in mind all of these are customizable with the color wheel. This also applies to your wallpaper swatches. Like if you just want to change one part of the wallpaper, you can change it up and do that. If I want to apply the paint on the entire bottom floor, I can hold shift. And another thing that I do find interesting is that for convenience purposes, when you place a wall, the wallpaper will want to clip to the entire wall, not just one tile. So if I just wanted my wallpaper to go here, for example, like on this one spot by the roofing, I'd have to come back into the wall tool and we have to use the separator. Then I can go down the wall like this and I can place my wallpaper just on that one part. Then if I wanted a little more separation between those two, I can use my columns. And when you place the columns, if you click on them, just like anything else in this game, you can adjust it. So you can bring up the height, you can adjust the width, you can rotate it 360 degrees. Like, okay, I have a little gap between the column and my wall. All I have to do to fix it is make it a little bit thicker. And it's not even coming through my wall on the interior. I did notice they were snapping a little bit, which is helpful when you're doing some things. But if you want to completely get rid of the snapping to the grid, you can press Alt, and that way you can really get in there and add it right into a corner. So I'm just holding Alt and sliding the columns right in where they need to be. And next we can move on to windows. The windows in this game are really cool because you can place them like this, but then you can slide them and adjust them however you want. So you want like a really big window, maybe a really tall window. I'm just realizing now you can go between floors with them too. That is so cool. And it does look like that applies to every window. There's also an option to switch them on the other side of the wall. wall, so if you wanted your shutters on the other side for some reason. I'm noticing everything has that toggle advanced tool. I think it's probably not meant for Windows because if I rotate it like this, things start getting a little wonky, but it literally is crazy that I can even do that. There are arched windows, all of them fully customizable. Oh, if you place a little one like this, you can just make it bigger or smaller. And same thing if you placed a circular window, you can just make them really big or small. I am so excited to see what people do with this game. So let's get some windows on here. I am obviously going to be pulling these across, and I should probably mind my budget too. Maybe we should pick some slightly cheaper ones. I'm also learning a lot here because I had no idea this bottom part was called a cornice, but guess what? We can also customize that too. When placing my windows, I just noticed my spacing was a little weird here, so I just placed a chimney on the floor and I'm raising it up, so I've got that there at the front. I am noticing that I don't think I can place windows in the roofing yet. I tried raising them up with the toggle tool, that didn't work. Now that I have all of my windows, I can go in and add my doors. I definitely want glass doors for the balconies. I'll use this one for my front door, and I don't think the doors are adjustable. I definitely thought I'd be able to pull them across or raise them up or something, and I think that does apply to all of them. Some other notable things we have in the Paralives build mode, we have molding, which is really easy to place. You just click on the wall you want to add it. I did test this on the interior, and you can place it for inside walls. I think I'll just add some trim along the bottom floor. I was looking through for window boxes, but I did find shutters that are like standalone, so you can just connect them. We've got some roofing details in here. We have some corables, which again, I can't really place up in the roofing. We've got some graffiti. Oh, okay, I did find the window boxes. They were actually under landscaping. Okay, cool. So we can place these. We can make them bigger or smaller. So we're almost done with the exterior, but I do want to check out the landscaping before heading inside. Oh, we have pink trees. Okay, obsessed. You can make them as big or as small as you want. I also like these ones. These colorful ones are pretty. I'm noticing there's a tree down here that's worth like 90,000 paradigm, and I'm very curious why. I can't afford it. I honestly should watch my budget in the first place. But of course, we've got bushes. If you can't find the swatch that you want for the flowers, you can just pick one. And I do also like how a lot of this stuff looks. Like the plants are really pretty. And the art style, like I think this all looks really good. Okay, I'll admit my pink tree might be a little out of place, so let's find like a smaller tree. Look how cute these little flowers are. Okay, I'm not gonna landscape like I normally do because I will get so carried away, and I do have a budget, but like how pretty, look at all this stuff. I'm so impressed, you guys. There are even weed options. Look at these dandelions. You can make like an overgrown lot. We have vines for the house. There are rocks you can place and adjust. Oh my gosh, I can make the cutest little planters. I feel like if you're a florist, you would just have a ball with this because you can literally just make your own flower arrangements so easily. Another thing I'm not going to do today, but I will show you in this overview, we have terrain tools. Oh, which cost money. Okay, noted. But you can adjust things here like the height. You can lower it down. Oh no, I messed it up. I can't undo. I accidentally made a pond. If I undo, the pond just gets bigger and bigger. Oh my god, my house is gonna sink. Uh-oh. I don't even think there's a water tool. I think it's just because I'm on the beach. Now I have a pond. Okay, we can just flatten that back up. We're good. Also for landscaping, we have a really cool terrain paint tool. I mentioned this in the gameplay trailer reaction video, but when you place it, the terrain paint is 3D. So like all of your grass, any of your little flowers you want to place. If you want like overgrown grass with cute little flowers on it, like it's all 3D. Even if I place like this trash one, we have bottles there. There are muddy ones. There are stone ones. These ones are really cool. Oh, there's even a seashell one. I like that. Okay, well, maybe I will just extend this properly. It looks like this doesn't cost any money. Oh, and I just noticed I have a for sale sign. We're gonna delete that. And I'll bring some terrain all the way to the back of my house. I do want to add some outdoor lighting, maybe some little garden lights. Okay, I have to stop. Otherwise, I'm gonna be here all day. We need to start furnishing the interior. But this is my first ever home build in Paralives. I'm loving it so far. I'll save my final thoughts for the end, but so far so good. Okay, let's go inside. I already know I'm gonna want to open this wall up, so I'm just gonna delete it. And on the top floor, I'm deleting this wall in the middle too. I think it would probably be smart to start with my stairs, so I'm gonna place these. I can place them wherever I want, but I'm gonna attach them over here onto this wall. I might just draw a wall right here too, so like maybe this is just a back landing. We're gonna get rid of that grid so we're not snapping. And then up here, I haven't tried the half walls yet. Let's go ahead and build a half wall. Wait, I guess, wait, that's not gonna work. Undo, undo. Move objects, who, am I right? These have to move back a tiny bit. There we go. That's a little better and a little more functional. Ooh, as I'm making my layout, I am learning that you can adjust the width of the archways at least. So far, this is my layout. We're gonna have the front entry area here. The kitchen and dining room are gonna be here at the back. Then we're gonna have a living room, a bathroom, and a bedroom, maybe an office or a skill room. And then upstairs, we're gonna have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. First thing I wanna do on the interior is change the flooring. And I actually just realized there were even more roofing options, like roof paint here, there's ceiling paint, flooring, and a wallpaper under the paint category. I'm really just looking to change up the flooring here. And then in the bathroom, we can add some cute tile, which I really like this one. I really like that we have these half wall options, especially since you can change up the swatch. Like I could make this into any color combination. Like even that alone is huge. I can change these colors to anything I want. I think I'm gonna try and keep the main rooms pretty neutral, at least until I see the furniture options, but we can change it up in here for this room. In this room, I might play around with some fun wallpaper. Ooh, I like this one. It's a very subtle texture. I like how that looks on there. I do have some plants coming into my house. So around the surrounding area, I am just gonna flatten it so there's no grass, just like right near the edges or anywhere I see it peeking in. I'm also trying some more fun patterned wallpapers upstairs in the bedrooms. And there we go. I think we're good for flooring and wallpaper. Okay, now for furnishing. Let's start off with the kitchen. I'm gonna grab a fridge. Oh my goodness, that is a crazy looking fridge. What the heck? Okay, well, not that one. We can just use the basic fridge for now. I'm gonna add my counters, but I think I want my cabinet to be green and my handles, I want to be like a gold. Ooh, okay, there we go. We're gonna place a couple. Actually, I could just place one and stretch them and that will make more counters. I'm assuming that's gonna still be functional. Maybe I can do a little play test at the end of this. That also makes it a lot easier for me to come back in and adjust my counters if I want to. Ooh, I can even change the material of the countertop if I didn't want like the marble. I love that you can change that too. Okay, well I will need to make room for an oven, so maybe we shrink this back a little. That way I can add my oven right here, and then I can add my counter and just finish it off to the side. There are drop-in sinks, so I can just attach those onto the counters. And under the appliance category, there are even more options. Like I have toasters, microwaves, what is this? A rice cooker, espresso machine. I'm really drawn to the toaster though. That's cool. It looks like we have dishwashers, washing machines, and dryers. I think I'm gonna add in a dishwasher. We've got barbecues. I have oven hoods. I didn't add upper cabinets. Oh, but there are variants of these. So if I opened up the little like miscellaneous menu, I can find alternative versions of the counters. So like if I wanted this one for my dishwasher, I could do that and squeeze it in there instead. It does look like this is also where you can find upper cabinets, and I really like these ones. So I'm gonna try and find a different variation I can use. So I just placed that. I'm gonna bring it across like this. What if I wanted one of them to be a little smaller? Or maybe I want shelving over here instead. I just found the kitchen clutter category and I realized you can clutter on top of the fridge. I don't have to raise anything up. I can just place things up here freely. So I'm just putting wine storage and coffee up here. I'm able to place all of my clutter anywhere. Even if I tried to place this, it will clip right on top of the sink. So I think this is like dish soap. Oh, we are cluttering this counter. Absolutely we are. The little salt and pepper thing. How cute is this mug? It's like a little cat mug. Definitely. Maybe we should have a coffee maker. There's also a mug tree here. And I'm assuming as long as it doesn't get in the way of like this main space here, then I think that means Para should be able to use the counters still. Since I'm adding all these mugs, I should probably add a coffee maker so I can move my mug tree over there. I also want some cute plants on my counter. And again, everything I place is completely resizable. I'm just still not over the fact that I can do that. Oh wait, I have all of these shelves. We have to fill these up too. too, with like little jars. I love that nothing is attaching onto the grid. And also if I want to rotate something, all I have to do is click and it will turn 360 degrees. We can add in some bowls up here, maybe some little spices, a bread basket. There's even a really big, expensive wheel of cheese. I am actually adding counters over here too. And I'm gonna add my sink over here instead so we have a double sink, and that way they can wash their dishes looking over the water. I'm adding a trash can over in the corner. See, the thing is, I don't know how much space they need to move around. So later on when I playtest everything, we will truly find out, I guess. And I might add some kitchen curtains. We're gonna grab hold of that. I could even make them a little bit shorter. And I just brought that all the way over. When I'm in here, I can even paint the ceiling. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe we can just add some wood up here, or even just paint, because I don't want it to be a different orientation. Like I want them all to be going one way. So I'm just gonna paint my ceiling the same color as the wall for now. Oh, we need lighting. So I can also change the time of day using this option up here. We can see the lighting coming through the windows, but I do want to make sure it's bright enough in here. So I'm just gonna add a couple lights. I think those ones are really cute. And then at nighttime, we can see how bright it would be. Ooh, I'm adding a kitchen lamp for sure. And we can make it tiny. I can use this one and shrink it so we can have a tiny little kitchen lamp. I also did show you guys in my gameplay video, but you can adjust the sizing of the rugs so they can be whatever size you want. I'm really excited about that feature. Okay, so for now, this is my kitchen. When we play through it later, I might come back and add even more clutter, but I want to make sure I can afford the rest of the house. But I think it's looking pretty cute in here so far. Let's go next door and do the living room. Another feature I find really cool is you can place down a couch and then you can grab it and make it as big as you want. What the heck is this? Look at this cactus couch. Why would you ever want to sit on that? Another weird item, we have this tiger. I need to stretch this. Oh my goodness, that's kind of cool. I did say this before in my gameplay video as well. By the way, I'll link that below if you want to see like the gameplay mechanics. I did an entire 50-minute long playthrough. It revolves around the family that I'm building this house for actually, and I'm planning on playing more. But I was saying in that video that some of this stuff reminds me of The Sims 1 in like the quirkiness aspects. Like there are weird things in this game for no reason, and I like that. Example, the weird fridge. I also feel like things are decently priced in this game. Like I'm able to place a lot. This TV, for example, is only 1,300 paradigm, and it's the most expensive one we have. Oh, there's also gaming consoles. It does say they're only decorative right now. They're not functional, but I'm assuming since they're here in the future, they will be. So I'm not gonna bother right now, but I will add a speaker or a record player. Oh good, I just found this smoke detector. I couldn't find that earlier. I will be placing that in my kitchen. So I think I'm just gonna place a chair right here. We also do need a lamp. See, that is a crazy lamp. A leg with like some socks and a shoe. I also really like being able to adjust the length of the curtains. So if I do end up playing around with really tall wall heights, the curtains reaching the floor won't be a problem. Also, you can flip them. So if you want the curtain to be on the left or the right, you can change that. Oh, you know what we haven't done yet is checked out any art. So let me place that on here, and that's going to open up a whole different menu. I'll move my camera so you can see, but there's all of these options to choose from, a bunch of different fun art styles. Not only can you adjust the framing of it, like if you want it to be in the frame like that, you can do it. You can adjust the width of the picture, change the swatch of the frame, and my favorite part, you can upload your own picture. So if you have any other art, like you could upload a picture of yourself if you wanted for some reason, you have that option. And of course, you can adjust this and make it as big as you want. So I want to add two fun pictures on both sides of my TV. I'm picking a rug that matches the space a little bit better, and I am going to be adding a few plants into this space as well. Maybe we can add a few hanging plants around. I also noticed there's an entire pillow category, but they don't clip automatically onto the chairs. It does look like they clip onto the couches though, so I'm gonna add a few of these. And I did want to add in a bookshelf. Ooh, and the record player I almost forgot. I just found a giant cow. I was just looking for a sculpture. I am also noticing a lot of seasonal decor, like holiday stuff. Like under here, there's all Christmassy things. There's Halloween decorations. And I did notice in my gameplay that there are seasons. So there must be things included like Halloween. Why else would they have this stuff? On here, I'm just adding a couple custom framed photos. Oh, and one thing I can't forget actually, my para is an artist. So under this skill category, I do need to add an easel. I think I'll put that by the back door for now. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough money to make her an entire paint room, but if I do, that could be this room over here. Okay, well for right now, this is my living room. I like it. I like all the color in here, all the patterns. Let's move out and do the bathroom next. Okay, the shower is pretty big, so I'm gonna put a shower in this bathroom. And then on the other side, we can add the toilet. See, look at this throne toilet. That's crazy. And I'm gonna add this sink right here. Above there, we can add a mirror, which are also adjustable. I'll get some lighting in here. We're gonna also need some bathroom clutter, so I can easily just place toilet paper on the back of the toilet. Any of this bathroom stuff, like any of the soaps or moisturizers or anything, they clip right on top of the sink. I don't have to raise anything. Ew, is that a clump of hair? I mean, it is realistic, at least in my shower. Oh, cute. There are even shelves in the shower for your stuff. Like I can add shampoo and soap and stuff in there. How cool. There's a hook here if I wanted to add a robe. And there's also a hamper. So I am gonna add a hamper here. I'm just gonna add some little curtains, maybe another hanging plant. There's also an entire health clutter category. And you can find things in here like heating pads, tampons, assistance rails, canes. Oh my gosh, that's pretty big. There's like pills and stuff here. Oh, I think that's a glucometer, like diabetic supplies. It's insane that I've never seen any of this stuff in a life simulation game before. Okay, we're moving on from the bathroom though. We've got all our essentials in there. I am going to move this out because I do still need a dining table. Ooh, and okay, I do wish I had a little bit more room for this. I'm not sure how easily they can move around things, but I'll put this here for now. We'll see. I could even make this into my dining room and we can do like a formal dining room instead. But I can adjust the length of this table, which is pretty fun. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit to go upstairs and build a bedroom. And the beds work the exact same way as the couches. In the menu, all of them look like single beds and you could keep them that way, but when you grab it, you can bring it over and then it becomes a double bed. Or you could keep going and make it a even bigger bed. For now, I just need two. Underneath, I'm going to add a rug. We can make this a little bigger to fit. I'll add some little end tables beside my bed, and I'm going to add some lamps on each of them. I need a dresser, so I'm going to put one of those in the corner. Actually, maybe I'll rotate it out a little bit. There are other options here too, like clothing racks. I actually just found a way nicer dresser. I'm going to use this one instead. I'm going to add a bigger mirror in this corner, a plant, ooh, a little tapestry, some wall decor, and I'm going to try these curtains this time. There is also a category for ottomans, so I'm gonna put one right here. And I'm also gonna look for a skill item for this room. I think a guitar would fit the vibe. So I'm just gonna place that right there. There's a triangle. There's a couple different guitars. We've got some pianos and keyboards. What else is under skill items? For the fitness category, we have barbells, treadmills. We've got a bench press. There's only one game available. And for science, we only have a telescope, which I am going to put out here on my balcony. I will say I do wish we had a few more skill items to choose from, but since I still have some money, I am gonna add a bench press on the balcony with a weight. I'm just adding some plants and a little table out here on the balcony, and there are some other things I'm finding, like I found this weight thing, but I feel like it's under the clutter category and not functional. There's a few things in here too, like there's a bag of dice, a toolbox, there's like photography stuff, but I think this stuff is just clutter. But now we've got something happening on our balcony. For the other one, I did notice an egg chair earlier, so I'm gonna add that out here. I'll add a plant. I do have another big bathroom up here, so I'm adding a nice jacuzzi tub. I have not yet found any towels. Like I haven't really seen any wall towels or hand towels or anything. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. But okay, I only have 2,000 paradigm left. I don't want to spend all of it on them. This family will still have things like bills to pay, so I'm just gonna finish off this bathroom. I'll make this mirror a little bigger. I did did find some candles earlier though, so I do want to put those by the bathtub. Make it nice and cozy. Ooh, a salt lamp. Okay, we have 1800 paradigm left. There are a couple of rooms that I left empty, so if the family grows or anything like that, we can furnish those in the future. But I'm happy with what we got. The furniture options are so cute. I think there's a lot of variety in the different styles. I do want to try some build challenges with Paralives. Like, I'm thinking in each room is a different style or aesthetic to really test it out. Before ending this, I do want to test the build. So I'm going to send both of them home. The front door works, that's a good sign. I'm mostly worried about the kitchen, so let's try avocado toast. Yup, she's gone straight to the oven. Oven works. I want to see if we can move around this table. Seems to be fine. And then what about the bathroom? I'm gonna try and just go take a shower. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. She has her toast here, no problem. I want to see if they can both come sit here at the table. Yep, that is perfectly fine too. But overall, I mean, I think you guys know how excited I am about this. This feels big. I genuinely cannot believe how advanced this is already in early access. When I tell you I have played a lot of games like this, big or small, a lot of times the building mechanics are janky at first. They can be awkward sometimes they're not intuitive. This feels easy to learn. It works well. You can customize so much. I'm truly impressed by this game. I can't wait to see how they advance in the future as well, but that's all I got for you guys today. This has been us building in Paralives. I would love to hear what you guys want to see in Paralives. And if you guys like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more, because I will be doing more playthroughs and builds and challenges in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.